Shalom, everybody. This is Isaac Joseph, the Benjamin Bedouin, MYDYR. If you prayed for me to get well, thank you very much for your prayers to Abba Father in the name of Yahusha. Please pray to him in the name of Yahusha when considering our needs. I went through this episode of Agent Orange Detox, and as a child in Vietnam, and I still have evidence to you about my disability. This here is what happened to me in Vietnam, right there, as a child. Take a look at that. I got all these doggone scars. Look at that. Agent Orange splashes. That's what these are scars from. That one came up in a boil the other night. I think I showed you. And you could see it in clear daylight. And this is hard matter right now. It's hardening around there as I cleanse and detox in that area. But I want you to take a look at that. Yeah, see? Now watch this. I'm going to try to give you the other side of, if I can, all that right there. And look right here. I've got more of the same splashes right here on the other leg. But somehow this leg ended up being a lot better than, the other one. I hope that will begin to be sufficient proof to you that I'm not a scammer. I'm not scamming for cash. I'm requesting your prayers, and if you have abundance and Abba Father has given you the ability to do so, would you please consider supporting the Sojourning ministry of Dawid and myself? I am a disabled Vietnam and Grenada youth veteran. And remember, I will always tell you, Grenada was Vietnam all over again. And now Venezuela is Vietnam without being in Vietnam. And anyway, I'm disabled. I've stuck out here homeless because I refused. I'm a dishonorable discharge as an adult because I refused to go into Iraq Gulf War I and let Herbert Walker Bush just kill me at the end of the war or kill me at any time, because he's wanted to kill me since the 60s because of him and my father, as I continue to tell you. Anyway, the Bushes are still after me today. I was trafficked by Herbert Walker as a child with LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson, and I think Jimmy Carter was there too. Be not fooled. Be not fooled. There is no such thing as conservative and liberal. It's an illusion. We do have needs in the Sojourning Gospel Ministry. Don't look like because we're not behind a pulpit. We're not running fabulous videos. We're not impressing people. We're not like well known and well viewed because we are being shadow banned. If artificial intelligence is letting someone have more than 10,000 views, I can promise you better question what they're really working for. Maybe not all of them, but I'm telling you, after 10,000 or so views, you start to wonder whether or not what they're of and what they're from. Because I know many of the ones I know are really suffering and targeted aren't getting hardly anything. Maybe hundreds of views at the most. I used to get hundreds of views and I used to be blazing hot. But the NSA, along with Tom Rayner, who is a Southern Baptist consultant for internet security and for church growth and all that, these people prosper now, squashing people like me and squashing others in the Southern Baptist Convention who have a testimony to share, and they're not being allowed to by the pastors, and they're being, your pastor is monitoring you. He even tells you he's doing it, but it seems innocuous to you because it's your pastor. And surely your pastor wouldn't be working against you if you dared say anything you didn't agree with in the church. Because you're not supposed to express your disagreements outside the church on your Facebook post, and Substack, on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble. Why no? That's why your pastor is working against you more than you believe. That's why I'm out here. Southern Baptist Convention leaders, especially those associated with the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary in Louisville, Kentucky, and especially the Texas Convention of Southern Baptists, the so-called conservative faction, and even on the other side, they've all joined together to work against me, to stop me. I am the one who started pushing for knowledge, public knowledge of the Southern Baptist sex cases, and I was already beginning that in 2018, 2019. And I will repeat myself, in May of 2022, I was at the old Ramada Hotel, which the Salvation Army was there, and other places. I was staying there along with a lot of other homeless people. I was running a live stream about the Southern Baptist sex scandals before they became public in June, 1 month before it. And all of a sudden, what they called straight line winds came to destroy the building. And I still got a video that shows maybe some of the remains of that, but those videos got wiped off the internet for the most part because they showed the truth. That straight line windstorm was caused by drones. I'm running a video. They were caused by straight line winds. Supposedly, May 2022, Old Ramada Inn, Morgantown, West Virginia. I'm here to tell you that that was a false flag brand against Dawid and I the night we were running a live stream with Angela Hope on it, and a couple of people were starting to get on it. It happened right at the moment the live stream began. Dr. Jack Graham and Dr. Robert Jeffries and Dr. Juan R. Sanchez were in on the military operation. It was executed by a drone. It wasn't a straight line wind. I don't care what the Weather Channel tells you. It was a false flag ran against me to try to stop it from happening. The month after that, in June, I kept on posting on Facebook and I kept on running videos about it. And I've got some of them on BitChute and Rumble. They were forced the next month to come out with a list of 700. 700 barely scratches the surface. That's why I have been out here homeless, because I dare stand up to their best and brightest while they cover up millions of more sex scandals that have gone throughout history. They have covered up their history as slaveholders at the founding of the denomination in 1845. They are covering up the flagship seminary's quest for prosperity upon the throes of the Civil War and other wars, and how your other denominations also thrive on war and conquest and have never stopped being that way. And the founding of the state of Texas in 1845, after having been the independent republic upon joining the Union in 1845, and how that's correlative with the founding of the Southern Baptist Convention in the same year, 1845, and how Mirabeau B. Lamar, the second president of the independent republic and the first governor of Texas, did endow the Southern Baptist Convention, did contribute to that land grant in Louisville, Kentucky for its very first seminary in 1859. Mirabeau B. Lamar died in 1859, the same year that the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary was founded. He died at the age of 61. I'm 61. This is why we're homeless, and I'm giving you this introduction to express our needs. If you really aren't corrupted by the church system and you don't feel obligated to tithe only to your pastor and give only to those who are in your church, and you can find it in your heart to help a couple of hobbled, wobbling scragglers who can't get a disability check, we have no funds, we have to rely on welfare through soup kitchens and things just to barely stay alive. We have needs. I think the number one priority is by the middle of September, securing Orange County Metro passes or LA Metro passes depending on whether or not we're going to move on or stay in Orange County. A rolling cart that folds up, like a wagon that folds up and can go on a bus would be very helpful to us too. Because I'm partially paralyzed. We have a lot of other needs for supplements. We try to find our herbal remedies along trails, but in California, that's surprisingly hard. Other states have been good about it, but here in California, they mow down everything. They chop down trees. They make sure no homeless person would not be not seen if they were to want to sleep somewhere. We got to know where everybody is at all times, and that's true everywhere you go, really. So I'm a homeless veteran. Don't thank me for serving this country. Be sorry for me because I was catapulted into this against my father's will and against my will for the experimentations they ran upon me in Vietnam. Like I told you before, I don't bless this country. I bless only souls, not a country, a nation, not a government. There is no blessing for this government. Look at what's going on under the Trump administration. In addition to Metro passes starting on December the 13th, those Metro passes are $69 each person, $70 for Orange County. LA County is about a little bit more, maybe around the same price. Need a rolling wagon, to haul cargo whenever, so I don't have to walk on this bum leg. Although I do it, it hurts. We have other needs that I cannot anticipate yet, but please do. We could use some accessories for our cell phones, like hard shell cases, radiation protection. We've got headphones here, so we're good with that, with microphone. And my arm is going numb again, so because of the partial paralyzation. And so that would help. The radiation protection would help that too, because it does contribute and, multiply the effect of partial paralyzation or paralyzation at all. Anyway, there's other things I could say, but we don't have a Cash App, we don't have PayPal, we don't take contributions online. If you want to contact us about it, where you can send it to, I'll leave the email address in the comments of the video. This is Isaac Joseph, the Benjamin Bedouin, MYDYR, disabled, Vietnam youth veteran, and Grenada, serving the gospel of Christ and serving Christ, Yahushua Messiah, for these end times. I prophesied in 2019 in South Carolina that YaHuWaH was choosing the disabled to lead the charge in these end times, and it looks like it's coming to pass. Signing out, shalom.